Welcome to a new game of Heroes, Might and Magic 3. Today we're going to be playing the Necromancer, which is one of my favorites in the game. This is a brand new game, random map, large map with a large dungeon, one human player, four computer players. What we're going to do is start with the Necropolis here, and I'm going to start with two heroes. I'm going to probably just concentrate on these two for now, but there is a third that I want to show you and show you the strategy I like to employ. So the first thing is this first Necromancer, Aislinn, he's just going to be developed for the purpose of protecting this castle, and that's it. And you can see he's going to be the magic user type with some basic necromancy. My primary necromancer character is going to be Satina, and she is specializing in the death ripple and necromancy, so I'm definitely going to be building her to take most advantage of these. So given that the Death Ripple is an Earth magic spell, we'll build her up as much as we can across all the magic areas, especially Earth magic. So let's get started. So this is Necropolis. We haven't started building anything, so we're going to do our typical initial build, which is get to a capital as quickly as possible. We need to be producing as much money as possible, so we'll start with the town hall, and then we'll go through Mage Guild. Straight through, we'll go show you how I get to the capital as quick as I can. Okay, well, let's just get started. So what I like to do at the very beginning is focus on leveling up and maximizing income. So initially leveling to level 10 as much as possible. So I'll always pick up the experience initially instead of the gold. And again, that's just to focus on getting her up as much as possible. If you're not familiar with the necromancy skill, necromancy is going to bring back a percentage of the creatures killed in combat as skeletons. Why this is a good skill, obviously you can use it especially on large level 1 type creature units to get as many skeletons as possible, and then it becomes quite a deadly skill. So let's keep going. At the beginning we're just going to collect everything we can around the castle. We're going to send both of them out because that's what we do, and we'll go in two different directions. This is a graveyard. Graveyards produce zombies. In this case, level 1 zombies are walking dead, so we'll pick them up. And again, we'll just collect all we can around our Necropolis. And we'll go next week. Just keep collecting. It's important that we get our lumber yards and our stone quarries as quickly as possible as well, because those are the two basic materials that you need to build pretty much anything in your towns. So let's do that. And so let's build the next level of item in our town. You can see here to get to a city hall, you need a mage guild, a marketplace, and a blacksmith. So we're going to build those in order just to get those done and out of the way because we need them. And again, just keep going. I just keep going and circle around, picking up everything I can. Try to maximize the space around. We could buy more heroes, but heroes are expensive. They're 2,000 gold or 2,500 gold, which is a lot right at the beginning, so I try not to get more than just the one extra. And again, because these are magic user types, we want to focus on anything to do with magic using. Obviously, wisdom is the basic prime skill that you need for all your magic users. And then, of course, you'll have the options of doing the 4 elemental type magics: water, earth, air, or fire. And as I said, because necromancy is an earth skill, that's the one we're going to focus on. But we have to pick one of these two. We want wisdom, so let's just keep going. Now let's go to Aislinn. Again, just keep it moving. We can't really go in these yet. You'd have to fight creatures if you want to take over these crypts. There's usually money or some sort of magic item reward inside. We will get to them, but we'll wait till the second week before we do that. So we need to build the next thing, which is marketplace, and then end our turn. And then let's just, before we forget, let's just build the next item too, which is the blacksmith. And you can see each of these things that we're building requires resources, requires resources, requires resources. And of course, the resource that's almost always required is stone and wood. And you can see down here, we have a little bit of stone and wood. So that's why we want to get those pretty quickly. Okay, so back over to our guys. So team is going to just come down here. Again, we just keep working out um, from where we are from a circle. These water wheels produce gold every week, so let's just grab those and keep going. I like to build them fairly evenly. So in her case, she has 3 attack skill but 0 defense. So if I'm going to improve on something, I'd rather improve on my defense skill. So I'm going to pick that up. And we're just going to keep going. Let's get this so we can see what's around us. You can see I still haven't found my stone quarry as yet, but that's okay. We're still okay. So let's just keep going. We don't want to fight anything yet. We're still too weak. We would lose. That's the reality. You can take a look here. There's 20 to 50 Stormbirds. They're level 4 troops. We have 2 level 1s and 1 level 2 type unit, and we have half as many as they have. We would get decimated. So let's not even try that. So for now, we just keep building and keep encircling around our city. So the next thing we want to do to get to a capital, you need a castle. The castle, to get to a castle, well, you need to build the next level of town, which is a citadel. So that's what we're going to do first. So let's build that citadel. Magical Garden usually gives you some sort of resource, so we're going to go there. Oh, and you can see we can build our castle now, so let's go ahead and get that. Now, some people have a different strategy at this stage. Right now we have a town that produces skeletons and one that produces zombies. The size of what you have here, whether it's a town, a citadel, or a capital, increases how many of these you produce each month. So an alternative strategy is in day 7 of your first week, instead of building the castle, you could have built a Tomb of Souls or your first level 2 unit, and then your subsequent 2 turns of the second week would be to build your castle and then your capital. But I'm just going straight for the capital, and that's how we'll do it in this particular episode. So you can see now that it's week 2. What's happened in week 2 is we've now produced additional units that are available here. We can buy our capital. Doing the capital increases the amount of money we produce by an extra 2,000 gold a day. And so that's why we want that. So let's just keep going. Let's get this treasure chest here. And keep on moving. That's it. And let's keep going. This is week number 2. We still haven't found our stone yet, so it must be on the north side of our town. So let's just keep building and head back towards it, obviously. Oh, I see some stone here, so I bet you it's over here. So let's just head over there quickly and see what we find. In the meantime, we'll pick up some of these other resource sections here. Gem ponds, all these resource items produce a quantity of resource every single turn. In this case, a gem pond will produce 1 additional gem every turn into your list of resources. So you want to try to mark as many of these as possible as your own. Now in Necropolis, you can build a resource here. A resource silo will produce 1 wood and 1 ore every day. It's a pretty expensive thing to buy. However, I find long-term strategically it's worth buying because you can sell your resources at any time in a marketplace. So here's a marketplace, for example, and you could sell, for example, all the stone that you produce. And so if you look at it even at the cheapest amount, you produce 7 a week, you could reasonably make an extra 350 gold per week throughout the entire game as the least amount that you would make from the extra stone wood that you'd be producing on a daily basis. We're not going to produce anything. We're not going to sell anything. We're just going to be using all those, at least in the initial part of the game, until we have everything built. So let's just keep it moving. again, collecting everything we can in and around our town and continuing to build up our town. Initially, what I like to do is build uh, all the unit types the first level, and so we're just going to keep going and go through that. You can't build more than one thing at a turn, so there is an enemy there that's getting fairly close to us, but I'm not too concerned with him at this stage. He's a little bit close to my castle for my liking, but that's okay. He seems to be fairly weak, so I'm not going to worry about him too much. I'll just ignore him for now. But since we did get our stone and wood now, did we get our stone? We did not. We still have not got. Oh, I see it. So there it is here. Our ore pit is here. We need that. So I'm going to take Aslan, stop by the castle, pick up more troops, head over there, collect this, and if Mr. Green Player is still in the area, well, we're going to take him out. So let's just keep building. Mausoleums. In either case, it looks like either one of our characters could beat that green character, so I'm not, again, too worried about it. It means there's probably a castle fairly close to us. And let's just keep moving this way. All right. So let's build all of darkness. And let's just review the things that we can build here that we've bought. So in our town, Cursed Temples builds level 1 skeletons, level 1 zombies in the graveyard. Tomb of Souls in the States are level 2 creatures. They produce wraiths and wights, and of course, the vampires are at the estate. The Mausoleum is your liches, which is a spellcasting type, ranged creature type for the Necropolis. It's the only ranged creature type in the Necropolis. And then the Hall of Darkness is the Dread Knights, or Death Knights, I like to call them. And of course, the Skeletal Dragon, which we haven't been able to build yet. So let's just pick up these. I like to grab the highest level creatures that I can and go from there. That's always generally my tactic. I like to keep some money. We don't really need too tough of a party at this stage because Mr. Green is not going to be very tough. And let's just continue. Let him get himself trapped, which he just did. He's stuck in a spot that he can't get out of. As you can see, he's got one way in here and one way out. So let's go grab him so he can't see more of our area and continue to the next section. At this stage, we don't have enough money. You can see here we need 10,000 gold to get to a level, our one level 4 creature, which is the Bone Dragons. Again, this is the reason I quickly like to get to the capital, because the more quickly you get to a capital, the more money you're going to make in a fairly short period of time, and you need that money. That's the prime resource that you need in this game is gold. The necromancy amplifier increases the percentage of resurrected creatures for people with necromancy skill, which is going to be all of my guys, by 5%. It might not seem like a lot, but later in the game, when there's quite a few units you're fighting, you could be fighting a stack of 200 or 300 level 1 creatures. It's a big difference of what you're going to be able to raise back up as skeletons. So let's pick that. There he is, stealing my wood. Well, we're not going to stand for that. Oh, there's our earth magic. You can see, I think one of the reasons it's offered fairly quickly is because that's a primary skill of hers anyway. Falls into that category of magic. So let's pick the basic magic and go from there. And again, let's just take him out. He ran away for the most part. Now, because Aslan is going to stay in the castle for the most part when it gets going, I don't really need the ability to move quickly, so I don't want to waste my one of my skill slots on a skill that I'm not really going to benefit from. So I'm going to improve his necromancy skill and go from there. Pick up skeletons, and then let's go see what Mr. Orange is doing. Again, not too bothered by him. So let's upgrade some things. We're going to pick up skeleton transformers. For me, I find the vampire to be probably one of the best creatures to have in this game. It's one of the hardest if you have a large stack to defeat. And so you can see here, we can build these. So let's go ahead and do that early in the game. Again, I'll demonstrate what the benefit of those units are in a very soon to come battle. So let's find out. So let's take Aslan back to the town. He has vampires. Let's upgrade his vampires. Well, first let me just show you them. They fly, and the great thing is when they attack, the enemy can't attack back. There's no retaliation attack. The other thing is they're fairly decent. 30 health, 5 to 8 damage. They're fast. But that's it. But the upgraded vampire not only flies and has no retaliation, they drain the life out of the enemy and heals them and even raises fallen vampire lords. And so again, and they're much faster. The difference between a 6 and a 9 in speed is quite considerable. A 10 to an 11 gets you all the way across the board. So a 9 gets you pretty close, and there's things you can do to make them even faster. Spells, otherwise, magic items that can help you so those units can cross the board instantly. It's definitely going to be an eye-opener when you see them in battle. So let's see. Let's pick up more of them. They're going to be the primary creature that I'm going to use. And let's do some upgrades. I'm going to upgrade the Mausoleum because, same thing, liches are very powerful. And upgraded liches are that much more powerful. Now we will use them to defend our castle when the time comes. But for now, we're on the hunt. So let's go. And continue building. We're just going to keep upgrading all of our unit types. Collect those. Get some spells, and she's just going to wait there. Now, I'm not sure which way our little friend went, but I think he may have come this way, so we're going to go check. There he is. We've got him trapped in here. Can't really go anywhere. So let's see. Let's see what he tries to do. Oh, I guess there's a spot he can get through there. Well, I don't like that. Okay, well, let's go see. Let's just see if we can chase him. Oh, we can reach him. So let's take a look at what a fight looks like with a vampire lord. He's going to do it all by himself. Oh, look at this. Haste spell. Cast haste on him, he can go all the way across. So let's just do that. They have a very good attack score. As you can see, took him right out. All the rest are just going to defend. They're not even going to get in the fight. I want to demonstrate for you. Ah, he ran away. What a chicken. All right. And we're back. Well, let's just keep exploring. Now, I believe that Aslan is tough enough that we can enter in these crypts no problem and probably not even suffer any damage. So for now, let's just do that. And Septina, will just continue waiting here, at least for a little bit. I want to see where this green guy goes. They're making their way our way, so we'll have to be somewhat careful. We'll just do quick attacks on these ones, just to get what they have. There isn't a whole lot. So we'll just keep going. She will stay here while we upgrade. Great. Let's get the Dragon Vault pretty early. It'd be nice to get some dragons. That will be her main attack unit, I think, and we'll go from there. And she's going to leave at the beginning of next week. At the beginning of next week, we'll head out from the castle and see how she does. And in the meantime, Aslan will make his way around, pick up an extra category of magic. and we'll continue to upgrade while we wait until day 1. Well, that's the end of 3 weeks in the Necropolis. We're now at the beginning of week 4, our first day. Check back for how we do in the next 4 weeks.